Hi, Shivam. Welcome to our channel. And
Uh,
we are delighted to have you among us. And you happen to be one of the success stories of FRM Part 1 May 2022 results. I believe you have had passed your exam with flying colors. So welcome to the channel. And we would like to understand from your perspective the overall experience of your FRM and how you actually managed to pull up one of the most difficult exams around the world as far as finance and financial services are concerned, especially the risk management. So starting with Shivam, what exactly you are? I mean, if you can give you some of your background, what exactly you're doing? Are you a student? Are you a working professional? Over to you.
so first of all, I would like to thank you for having me on this panel. Uh, Currently, I'm a student. I passed my class 12 examination in 2021. So I chose commerce as my stream in start, and after that, there are mainly three main traditional courses which are there for a commerce student: CA, CS, and CMA. So I was also a bit confused whether I should do these courses because I'm not much into accounts, taxation, and everything. So I started watching a lot of YouTube webinars and everything. There I got to know about CFA, FRM, and everything. So I decided to pursue CFA, but as we all know that we can start pursuing CFA once we complete our graduation, or at least we are in the third year of graduation. So FRM was my option back. So I was a bit tense at start because I read somewhere that the average age of people doing FRM, like the most people who do FRM is in the age bracket of 30 to 35. I read somewhere, I guess. So I was a bit tense that whether I'll be able to clear it and everything. So, uh, but then I took a leap of faith and I was like, okay, let's do it because my interest lies in it. So I'll be able to tackle it. So that's how I decided to pursue FRM. And currently I'm in my second year of graduation, pursuing BCom honors as well as FRM.
Excellent. Which part of the country, where are you from?
I'm from India, Kolkata,
India, Kolkata.
Kolkata, West
All right.
Bengal.
All right. All right. So, you know, this is a great revelation for me as a faculty or as a practitioner also, you can say. At one point, I am also a little bit tentative, a little bit scared, you can say. But on the other hand, uh, I'm extremely enthused because seeing somebody who is not even 20 and passing FRM Part 1 exam at the first go, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. It talks about your directional approach to life, your directional approach to what you want to do. And of course, as you rightly mentioned, that the average age bracket, which used to be in the late 20s or 30s, from there,
Yeah.
somebody who is still a teenager cracking the exam, it's a wonderful achievement. So tell us how many, when you decided that you have to now take up this exam, what were the
Uh,
first thought it actually came to your mind? And when did you actually decide that now, okay, fine, this is the time I have to decide, I have to register, and this is the time when I have to take the exam?
Okay, so in 2021, when there was a lot of uncertainties whether boards will happen or not, COVID was on its peak, so there was very uncertainties whether boards will happen or not. So I was like, and finally, when the government decided that okay, we are not taking exam, so then I finally decided, okay, I have to start my professional journey now because then it's not wise to just waste time. Wait a second. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Yeah, so that is when I decided that okay, now let's not just waste time and start doing the course. So I took the classes and just started going chapter by chapter and book by book. So I started few chapters. I used to one mistake which I did, I would say, is that I used to do a new chapter each and every day. I don't used to revise at first. I used to study daily, but I used to do one chapter, then again next chapter, then again next chapter. I don't used to revise. So I would like to recommend to anyone pursuing FRM, like once you complete certain chapters, please revise that. So in 2021, at the peak of COVID, I decided to pursue FRM. I took classes and I started devoting 3 to 4 hours around daily. And yeah, that is how I started doing FRM.
So can I assume that this 3 to 4 hours spread over almost 6, 7 months?
No, actually, it is spread over like 10 months. At start, I used to like uh, study in a slow paced manner, and in the last course of months I used to devote a little bit more time. As I was a full time student, I was exploring more, and I should say like I also used to make models. Like if I'm learning about time series, I used to make time series model. I used to search extra, like even which is not there in the course, I used to study that as well. Like, so that is my 10 months course time. Even outside the course, I learned very much. Like, suppose if there's a chapter in quant simulation. So I used to search how can we make a simulation model, how can we incorporate formulas into that and all everything.
Okay. So in other words, you not only confined yourself with the books or the curriculum, you were really intrigued and you were really, I would say, you were really pining for actually to understand that what's the practical implementation of all the theories that you are studying.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Shivam, I understand that you come from a commerce background, so that means that you would have limited exposure as far as quants is concerned. Something of a very intimidating topic to the FRM candidates, program candidates. So most of them complain that, well, sir, it's been a few years, or I have done my last quants when I was in my 10th. I haven't had touched quants. I don't know. I believe the quants is a pretty tough section in FRM. So how did you manage to tackle that? Or was that a barricade, or you thought that, okay, come what may, I will, if I have to relearn, I'll relearn and I'll approach.
First of all, I would like to say quants is surely a tough topic as far as FRM course is concerned. And yes, I used to just revise what I used to just study more and more if I am not understanding any stuff, especially in quants. Like I guess when they updated the quant syllabus, they also introduced the whole bivariate stuff. So that is quite tough as far as I think. So if I would just recommend that if you're not understanding any stuff, just don't skip it, because FRM course is not like where you can skip a topic or you can leave that topic, because they will ask you questions. They can ask you questions from anywhere. So instead of leaving those topics, just even if you're not understanding the topic, I would recommend that just go through it, even at the most basic level, and you will understand slowly and steadily, and just go through the books, go through the curriculum, watch videos, and you will sail. So it's not that tough, but yeah.
Which was the subject area that you enjoyed the most?
I enjoyed FMP. I guess it's interesting, and I enjoyed quants as well, like regression, time series. These are interesting topics in the econometrics area. I enjoyed that as well.
Do you believe that, having done FRM part one, of course, you are yet to appear for your parts two, but do you believe that, having appeared for FRM part one and passing it at the first go, um, that puts an, that has actually put you at a higher pedestal as far as your future learnings are concerned? For example, you are in, as you said, you are in your first year or in your second year.
Yeah.
So the graduation may look a little easier than what it is. I would like to understand it from that perspective, number one. And number two, it's a post-graduation. I mean, if you know that an FRM certification or an FRM charter
Yeah,
is recognized
masters.
as something close to or something similar to a post-graduation diploma or a master's course from some of the elite top universities of the world. It has the recognition is being granted by NARIC of UK. So, you are completing your graduation, you're on your midway of your graduation, and yet you have you have one part of the FRM cleared. So how do you feel about the whole thing?
It feels great, to be honest. Like when I see my friend, like first of all, whenever you say someone that I'm pursuing FRM, they will first question they will ask is what is FRM? Like it's not like one of the most prominent courses like CACS. So once you explain them, they are like, okay, is it valuable or is it not? So like at least passing the first program, at least uh, it shows that okay, it builds enough confidence on me that okay, whatever I'm doing, I'm on the right path. Like this is the way. And as you said that does graduation seems easy? uh, Frankly speaking, this subjects in graduations are quite different. Like they in BCom it is taxation, accounts and everything. So I guess uh, in the sem 3 there's a subject called business maths and stats. So I guess that would be easy for me as far as I have learned so much about stats and everything. So
Okay. So what are the study resources you had referred to in your journey of almost 8-10 months of FRM?
uh, as far as study resources is concerned, I took classes, so I referred to those notes in classes, and after that, I also referred to Scherzer and BT as well. Like I solved BT questions and Bannock Turtle and Scherzer questions as well. Not all of them, not of all chapters, but yeah, quite here and there. So I would recommend if you like, yeah, BT questions are quite tough. So I was people were saying that uh, foundations से काफी conceptual questions and theory questions आते हैं. So I solved foundations from BT and like other chapters in which I was confident enough that okay, इससे hard भी आएगा तो मैं कर लूंगा. So I solved those from Scherzer, and even the tuitions which I took, I solved their material. So mix and match of everything, because as I said, I had a lot of time. So I will say that I was kind of over prepared because I didn't want to take any risk.
It is so wonderful to hear, Shivam, because uh, we hear stories that the pandemic, how it has created havoc on uh, the human society as such, but more importantly, on the students' life as well. People do seem to be demotivated. People, they have lost track somewhere midway because I mean, online learning versus actually physically being present in the classroom, that makes a hell lot of a difference. I mean,
Yeah,
but you turn otherwise a crisis into an opportunity. So you sense that fine, let there be pandemic, let there be no college, but I'm not going to waste my time. If I have something in my hand that is valuable, and I'm sure that after completing your FRM part one, you would absolutely be sure that you have added tremendous amount of value to yourself. Is it
yeah,
not?
definitely.
Right. So from here, then, where do you plan to go? I mean, are you going to take your part two exam immediately, or do you plan to give it some break and then approach your part
No, I'm going to start my FRM Part 2 preparation from now onwards only, but I'll give my exams in May 23 because, as I said, that I like to explore the curriculum. I want to know about the intricacies of the subject and everything. So I'll start my preparation now, but I'll give my exams in May 23.
how do you believe that FRM after supposing that you're completing your FRM part two next year, by that time, I think you will be completing your graduation as well.
Yeah.
So you being armed with your graduation as well as FRM part two passed, how do you believe it is going to help you in your future endeavors? Do you plan to go for masters or do you want to start working? Or how do you believe that is going to help?
I guess I'll start working and alongside I'll pursue my CFA. As I said, I want to pursue CFA as well. So if I get the job in the risk management domain, like market risk or credit risk, I'll surely take up that job, uh, and then alongside I'll pursue CFA as well. And I guess FRM after COVID uh, adds more value to someone's CV, and because as we see each and every day new risks are arising, new frauds are coming. So FRM is not a course, like many people say that FRM is not a standalone course, like you have to complement it with CFA or CA. I would suggest that FRM is a standalone course if you have read it enough, if you know about it enough. It's a wonderful course, and it contains a lot of value. Like even after completing part one, uh, in this 1 year period, I have read so much that I haven't read it in my whole life. It contains so much, be it stats, be it financial markets, be it fixed income derivatives, currency, commodity. So anyone out there who is confused, is in a dilemma whether I should pursue FRM or not, whether it will alone suffice my career. I would just recommend that yes, it will, if you will give it enough respect, if you will do it with respect, FRM will give you respect, and it's a wonderful course, and
It's
it
gold standard,
definitely,
no doubt about
yeah,
it. Yes.
yeah,
And if I just may add that the science of risk management and the career of risk management, it's just budding. It's a sunrise sector.
yeah,
Uh, you would be perhaps be astonished that one of the biggest recruiters in India for the FRN charter holders or even the Part 2 past candidates are public sector banks.
yeah, I
So
see,
yes, so the public sector banks every now and then, every month, or if not every month, every quarter at least, I've seen they publish for their recruitment drive, for lateral hire, risk management professionals, even at junior level to mid level, and inadvertently one of the prerequisites is an FRN qualification. So I think in from that perspective also, uh, people like you who are young budding young Turks, you would have obviously reap or stand to reap a lot of advantages. I can recall one example. uh, he was a student of mine, of course, and he was working with Axis Bank, one of the private banks, one of the largest
yeah,
private banks in India, and he had some exposure in the risk management department. He was in late 20s early 30s, like that. And then he actually decided to pursue his FR. He was studious, he was focused, driven, and he completed his FRM at one go itself. And after he completed his FRM, he immediately got an opportunity to work with the State Bank of India, which happens to be the largest bank in the country,
yeah,
and at a position of an Assistant General Manager, Risk Management. Now, where it does make a difference is being at the position of AGM, DGM, or GM in private organization vis-a-vis a public sector banks, there's a huge difference. In private organization, you may be fast tracked, you may be promoted. That's a kind of a function of time, your tenure within the organization. You may be fast tracked, in fact, in private organization, depending upon your performance. But in case of public sector enterprises, more often than not, what I have seen is they actually work in a very traditional bureaucratic manner, wherein it is a function of time, how you will get promoted, how you will get actually uh, uh, progression in your career path. But when they do these lateral hires, they know that there is a dearth of qualified risk management professional, and that too experienced. So from that perspective, I think the next generation of risk managers, like people like you stand to gain a lot of chance, a lot of benefit out of it. Okay, so uh, any particular strategy that you adopted in the last 30 days, which is apart from your regular schedule of what you had done?
Last 30 days, I just put, I guess, more efforts towards the course, because what happened is FRM course is vast. Okay, so there are a lot of concepts which you need to brush up on your last course of revision and everything, because you tend to forget a lot, because there are some things which you need to revise again and again. So I would say just solve questions, uh, revise what you already know. Uh, don't learn new topics then in the last 30 days. Don't I would say, like, don't jump on new topics then and there, and revise what you already know. solve questions and everything. There isn't like a much of a strategy which I'll tell. It's normal only.
I think we discussed the points which you are making are so relevant because we discussed the same points in our WhatsApp group as well, the
Yeah,
health group, right?
yeah, it definitely helped because if you will start learning new topics in the last 30 days, first of all, you will not be able to tackle those because each topic requires a specific amount of effort and time, right? So if you will take up a new topic, suppose you devote it a day, so your 1 day is gone. But if you revise a topic what you already know, you may revise 2 3 chapters in 1 day. So I would suggest revise what you already know and solve questions, solve mocks definitely help, but not too much of mock. Solve 2 3 mocks, and that will be okay.
Okay. And talking about the WhatsApp group that we had, did you believe that support group that helped you, which we run globally?
Yeah, that definitely helped a lot. Especially, I guess whenever I used to message you, you used to reply within, I guess, minutes or max to max hours. And even you used to send voice notes describing the concept, and that definitely really helped. And people used to post their doubts. And the thing is, when you see someone's doubt, uh, that also brings a lot of confidence. If you solve that doubt, it brings a lot of confidence that okay, I'm solving someone's doubt and I know it. It means I know the things. So that definitely helped. And yeah, that also group definitely helped, I guess.
Yeah, I also believe because it's not only about me, or I obviously tend to give what I could, but I think collectively as well, all of you guys pitched in. It's not that it was only me who was doing it. There were other people also. They
Yeah,
pitched in. You
definitely.
also pitched in. We basically generated a culture of actually collective learning, wherein as you rightly said that you have some doubt, post that doubt, let others all solve it, and collectively we learn, we debate it out, we hustle, and then we try to find the correct answer to that.
Yeah.
Right. So Shivam, at this point, would you like to give any particular tips or strategy, if I may say, to the budding aspirants who would want to take the part 1 exam?
To the ones preparing for part one, especially, I would uh, give tips to someone who are just out of class 12 because I would relate to them. Just be focused, be disciplined, I would say. Uh, I would recommend you also to take 1 year course of time and prepare for FRM Part 1 exam, and be focused and be disciplined. Solve questions, solve mocks, do your classes religiously, and you will definitely enjoy the journey. As it is said that uh, journey is more important than the destination, right? So I definitely enjoyed this journey a lot. Tips, I would say, um, any tips? Hmm, I don't have any tips as such. Uh, it's just that I did my classes and and solved questions, everything. What I would suggest is just be focused, be disciplined. You will clear the exam.
Shivam, Khaitan, it has been pleasure talking to you and knowing that once again, somebody as young as you are and decidedly focused and knew exactly what you wanted, and you stayed the course, you put in the hours, and you got the result. Congratulations once again, and I
Thank
hope
you.
we see you soon in our part 2 group as well.
Yeah, sure,
Post
definitely.
inquiries, and more than anything else, we'll be happy to again discuss and thrash out the problems and doubts so that more and more students can benefit out of this.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Shivam. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Goodbye.